Hey everybody, this is Trevor, and you're watching my channel, Social Dilemma. And the social dilemma that I encountered today in a hospital here in southern Ontario, Canada, to my great astonishment, we had to wear a mask to enter the emergency room. Now, today, my daughter needed to go to the ER. She's okay. It's not anything major, but we just decided to take her in. She fell and bonked her arm. So we thought we would go and get her x-rays. And to my astonishment, they would not allow us into the hospital here in southern Ontario, a town here in southern Ontario, unless we wore a mask. And of course, me being the person that I am, said absolutely not. COVID started here in March 2020, and in the summer of 2020, they were enforcing masks. And thank my lucky stars, I never have had to go into a hospital in 2020, 2021, and I didn't have to go until today. And today is October 15th, 2022, and I am I'm shocked, I'm outraged, I'm a lot of things. I cannot believe that hospitals here in Ontario are still enforcing a mask-wearing policy. Okay, now, my daughter needed an x-ray on her arm. We just wanted to make sure she was okay, and she is okay. But we just wanted to make sure. And they would not allow us to go into the hospital unless we put on a mask. Security was at the door. Nurses were at the door. They absolutely will not let anyone in to the hospital here. And I'm going to say it's the hospital in Strathroy, Ontario. Would not let us in. Now, if you are a mother or a father, you will know the feeling of taking your child to the hospital. And I am sad to say, and I'm also proud to say too, first of all, I'm proud to say that I have not worn a mask through this whole COVID bullshit. I have not worn a mask. I am not injected with any COVID vaccinations. Not one COVID vaccination, and I've gotten away for 2.5 years not wearing a mask. Because when I walk into the store, I walk in and I had never put a mask on. Okay, now I was able to still go buy groceries. Thank goodness the government allowed some people who decided, my freedom is worth more than anything else. And I was shunned for it, and I was attacked for it. And here we are 2.5 years later. And as far as I'm concerned, COVID was absolute crap. Okay? But here we are. And today I had to put on a mask. October 15th, 2022. And I had to don a mask so that I could go in and to be with my daughter, to make sure she's safe against strangers who I am not going to let my daughter go even into a hospital. Okay, so I had to put on a mask. But at least I didn't put the mask on over my nose. I put it only up to my mouth. So my nose was exposed. And, let me tell you something. The triage nurse, the entire hour and 20 minutes that we sat in the lounge watching her not wear a mask and only put it up when a person would come in and say they needed medical treatment. And there was not many people in this little rinky-dink emergency room in Strathroy, Ontario. So 90% of the time that I sat there watching her, she didn't even have a mask on. And the security guard, oh, well, he walked past her and waved to her. And didn't stop and say, hey, you got to put your mask on. But oh, no. Myself and my family could not enter the hospital to give a 9-year-old girl medical attention. So I'm proud to say, yes, in 2.5 years, I have not worn a mask to go and get my family food. But tonight, I had to, because I'm not letting my daughter go into a hospital by herself. Now, obviously, my wife was in there with her, so my daughter's mom, obviously, she would, but I was refused to sit outside the hospital. I'm going to go in and be with my daughter. So I had to put a mask on. Didn't put it up over my nose. How disgusting is it that in October 15th, 2022, at a hospital here in the supposed Great White North Free Country of Canada would force people with security and several nurses at a door, force people to put on a paper mask over your face. A piece of paper, as if that's going to stop a virus. I don't care, YouTube. If you want to flag this video, go ahead. Go right ahead. This is the honest, raw truth of, masks don't work. You can have 3 or more injections. They're not working. I'm just outraged, okay? And I can't believe that, again, October 15th, 2022, that hospitals here in Ontario would force you. And I went online and looked, okay, at hospitals in Ontario. And yes, you got to put on a mask to get in an ER and in a hospital in Ontario. 2.5 years later, okay? So I don't know. I don't know what else more to say about that. I wanted to make this post to get it out there that, people outside of Ontario, just to let them aware, just let them know, any of my American peeps that are watching this, that yes, here in Ontario, Canada, you still got to put on that little stupid paper face diaper to get into an ER here in Ontario, Canada. It's absolutely insane. 2.5 years later, and we're still being forced to put on a mask. Had it just been me going in there and falling and hurting my arm, I would not have gone in then. I just was fine. Take it. Go home and take some Advil. I don't know, unless I had a compound fracture. And even then, if I had a compound fracture, I bet you they'd still try to slap a mask on my face, even though there'd be bone and blood coming out. They'd probably still try to slap that face diaper on there. So, anyways, that's my update, and that's my raging rant. I gotta have to make some more videos about this COVID, because so much has gone on. So much bullshit has gone on in the past 2 years around the world over. And I don't say too much, because just trying to let live and try to get past this. But here we are, October 2022, and you still got to put a face diaper on to get in to a hospital here in Ontario, Canada. So hopefully, if you're here, you don't have to use a hospital here if you know that putting a face diaper on doesn't work. So there we go. I don't know what else more to say. Okay, stay free, everyone, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.